Hey guys, it's Hannah and this is Bookworms Talk, and today I am going to film my October favorites. This month I did not do much reading because I was sick for the majority of the month, and generally when I get sick all I want to do is just mindlessly watch television, like bad television. I mean like LMN. But now in like the new age where Netflix exists, I just kind of binged Supernatural instead. But I did do a little bit of reading. I read a little bit of poetry. I reread Oh Sleeper by Marty Schoenberger III. This book brought me to tears. There should be a review up on Read About Now's poetry channel thing. It was supposed to be up like a week ago by the time that this goes up, so I don't know, hopefully it'll be up. If so, then I'll link it up here in the card. But I loved this book so much, and it's really only for 2 poems. Yeah, it's really for 2 poems. I will have my 2 favorite poems linked like in slam form, which is where I originally found them. I will have those links down there in the description. But Propane Poets and Push. It brings me to tears every time. Like, I tried reading it for camera and I kept crying, and then I'm like, I surrender. I'm just gonna cry as I read this. But it's really good, and it is one of the very few poems that I've actually considered getting words from, like, tattooed onto me. So it's a lot of love. Do you remember how a couple seconds ago I said I was sick for the majority of the month? Well, I had like a sinus thing, I had a throat thing, I had fevers. It was not fun. But one really good thing that I discovered out of this is, you know, like those like lotion tissue things? Like, I thought they were gimmicky, but my nose always gets so raw and it is one of the most painful things ever. But when I went to go pick up the Puffs Plus lotion thing, I found out they had it with Vicks too, and so it was like, I love the smell of Vicks in general, but ooh, that felt good. Ooh, that felt good. Towards the end of my cold, like semi-able to breathe, or like maybe through like one nose, sort of. One nose, like I have 2 noses. One over here and one over here. One nostril. I think if you're I'm sorry if this is like gross to you, but like if you're like really congested, where like you can't even breathe, then I don't really find this to have much point. But if you're kind of like in the recovery period where you're like starting to be able to breathe through your nose again, these help a lot. And just the lotion ones in general were amazing. And then when I got my scent back, I started burning candles again. I did mention this one last month in my favorites, but I didn't want to get up to get it because it was burning, and so I promised that I would mention it in my next month's favorites, and not gonna lie, I still did burn it a lot. This is the White Citron Candle. I got this from Target. It is the collection by Chesapeake Bay Candle. It smells like Christmas to me. I know it's early, it's October, but it smells like Christmas to me. And it reminds me of something, and I think it's like my mom's old perfume from when I was really little, and I don't know, it just smells nostalgic to me. And while we're on smell, I might as well talk about this. Because it is October and it is definitely fall. I mean, I've been celebrating fall since like August, but it really feels like fall, sort of. Not really in Houston, but I pretend that it does. I've really been into my Tokyo Milk perfume. This is in the shade, Dark Tainted Love. It smells like peppery. I think it actually explains it on it. Dark vanilla bean, orchid, white tea, and sandalwood. Oh. I mean, I wear this all year round, but like, I really like, I excessively wear it during the fall and winter. I just love it. And I have one more like random favorite before I go into like music and stuff. And it is what I'm wearing on my lips right now. This is the Sephora Lip Cream Stain in the shade Black Sorbet. It's like this really nice berry shade. You can layer it on like a little bit lighter, and so it's like a little bit more reddy. But it's just like this most beautiful like purpley berry shade, and it has been my favorite thing for when I'm not sick to wear. But my friend Keith once told me to like dress for success in like the terms of test taking and things like that, which I've taken on, and I believe in it now. And so I think when I'm feeling really sick, I'm gonna actually put makeup on if I'm going out, and I'm going to present myself in the way that I don't feel inside. How I feel inside is wearing a giant kitty Christmas sweater and Minion pajamas. That's how I feel inside. But so I've been like putting a little bit of effort forward by just throwing on a lipstick so I don't have to do too much else with my makeup, and it works. It's a good trick. If you ever just need to do one thing to enhance your look, lipstick. One more random thing is like, I hate moisturizing my body. I feel like sticky and slimy and gross after it, and so I tend to neglect doing it. But then I saw this on YouTube and I'm like, I'm just gonna try it because why not? Gave into the hype. And it is the Jergens Wet Skin Moisturizer. I got this in the scent with calming green tea oil. There is no scent, it's the green tea oil one. It smells really good, like very, very light. It doesn't smell overwhelming. There almost is no scent, but you put it on your body right when you're out of the shower. Don't dry off yet. You just rub it all over your body and it sinks in. Like by the time you're done with your legs, you've already done your arms, like that's just done and soaked in, and it's so lovely, and I highly recommend it. Now for music, I've been going really old school. I've been listening to like Matt Nathanson's old stuff, like Beneath These Fireworks, some Mad Hope, like really old stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of his new stuff, but some of his older albums, like, oh, I love. Come On Get Higher is like one of my favorite songs, kind of for nostalgia. It is what I listened to when I wrote my first book, like over and over and over, and I'm still not sick of that song. It's one of those songs that no matter how much I listen to it, I just don't get sick of it. And I've also been listening to Halsey, like crazy. Her Badlands album, ugh. By the way, I have a Spotify account where I like list my current music obsessions basically, and I have a whole list of what my current things that I love are. I also have one for like that I listen to when I like write creative shit, and I just want to get into that mindset, so I'll have that linked down there in the description if you're interested. But I think that is about it, and I will see you guys later next time on Bookworms Talk. Bye. By the way, tell me what you've been loving this month. Have you read any good books? I want to know. Tell me. Bye. I felt like that was very weird, like bye. Now I'm just dancing like a weirdo. Going with it.